Oh, like my halo. It's because I did a good deed today. I don't remember what, but I'm sure I did something. Anyway, on art. This here is my favorite canvas. Sticky notes. Oops. Sticky notes. Nice, small, whatever pen is nearby. And I doodle things. And I like to think that my doodles are alright and kind of cool. And, I mean, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of like Hummel, where it's never good enough for me. And I always feel like I can improve, but I find if I take enough time, I always end up with something that I'm proud of. And I don't... Yeah, and it's never good enough for a game, and it's always too small to fit into a game. And anytime I try to scale anything up, it looks like absolute ass. Now, while I've been talking, very distractedly, using one hand because my other arm is propping myself up on the wall, and doodling on my pad on the burner of my stove, I've come up with a pretty shitty little stick man. I'm inspired by a hero of mine is Don Hertzfeldt. He did the Rejected series. So I mean, if I spend an hour making a character, like, still basic form, but I find I can, I find, I don't know, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I find I can do a pretty good job of expressing emotion. Like if I'm drawing an angry person, like I'm all like as I'm actually doodling it, and if I'm drawing like a sad person, I'm like this guy. Like I feel the emotion and it flows through my hand, and the pen is an extension of my soul, and I etch the feelings on the paper. I don't know. I like to think I'm good at that. I think I'm good at conveying emotion through stupid cartoon faces, which is good, and I'd like to use this kind of art in my work, but I can't. It's too shitty. I can only do it in this size. I can only do it with a pen. As soon as I pick up a mouse, I've tried Wacom tablets. I've tried. I bought like a few sketchbooks, like, you know, proper size papers. None of it transfers. None of it carries over. So maybe one day I'll make a sticky note game. I don't know, but suffice to say, my one attempt at putting my art into a game was like a serious attempt. Was Space Squid. Unfortunately, the domain for Space Squid is gone now, but I think if you go to radialgames.com, it's like radical except without the C, radialgames.com. There's one little screenshot of it there, and you can see the space squid and the starfish he's trying to catch both have these huge gigantic grins on their faces. That's mine. It sucks. It doesn't sell. My art style doesn't sell, and if there's a niche for my style of artwork, I don't know where it is. I've never seen it before. So I have to outsource my work. I love going to conventions just for this reason. I mean, I was having a cup of coffee with Colin Northway and Greg Wolland. Colin introduced me to Greg at my first ever GDC. And Greg, I don't know, Greg, if you're watching, correct me if this is wrong, but I believe the story goes that I was so caught up in the whirlwind of passion and productivity that GDC always brings to me, and I was super exuberant about starting a project, and I think Greg had been following my Space Squid blog, maybe. So all that was going on, and oh, I'm sorry, this is my second GDC, Austin GDC. And Greg said my excitement and my enthusiasm, like, I don't know, Greg wanted to be part of that, and he thought, you know, I could bring my A game to the table if he was doing the art. So we worked on Protonaut together, and that was awesome. And yeah, I totally agree with Phil. I'd rather have passion. Oh, my screensaver's just kicking in. I'd rather have passion, and I'd rather have desire on my side than cheap, than quick, than professional. Passion is what I want. And when you get someone like Greg Woland, who's an amazing artist, an amazing designer, he can take a game idea and transform it, and transform even the fundamental theme into something new, and something exciting, and something different. And in some cases, he can even bring a deeper meaning to your game, which not a lot of artists can do, right? So I don't want contractors. I want someone that will make the game their own and do their hardest, try their hardest to take the game to the next level. And that is so hard to find. I've only ever found it in person, and I've only found it in Daniel Cook and Greg Woland. I haven't seen that level of passion and dedication to games and art in games, and even the art of game design. I've never seen anyone take it to that level. And no one interviews like that. No one's website says that. I don't know. I have to find artists at conventions. I don't know what I'm going to do now, because I'm not doing Steamwords and Greg's busy. We'll see. But hopefully I'll find someone. I hear Hommel's pretty good.